Hey, what's up? I'm Casey and this is CaseyReacts. Today we're going to be going through unpopular opinion. Do you ever have any opinions or views that other people don't like? Do you like pineapple on pizza? Do you think PETA actually cares for animals? Do you think Hitler did nothing wrong? If you believe all, some, or some of none of these opinions, you should go to unpopular opinion. So let's start thinking of our own most unpopular opinions and get right to it. Cooking is not a difficult task. Saying you can't cook tells me you're too lazy to try. As a 30-year-old male, I get a lot of surprise reactions when I talk about what I'm cooking for dinner, and responses ranging from, "Oh, I don't know how to cook," to, "My wife doesn't let me in the kitchen, I'll just ruin everything." I'm sorry, but there's no excuse for not knowing how to whip up a simple and semi-healthy meal as long as you keep your kitchen decently stocked. We live in an era where you can find thousands of recipe guides on YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, Reddit, etc. with ease and be shown step by step exactly what you need to do in order to cook a delicious meal. Get off your butt and get into the kitchen. Side note, cooking is not the same as gourmet cooking. Being able to take ingredients with no recipe and create an original, attractive, appetizing meal is a skill that takes time and experience. I think a lot of people confuse home cooking with trying to be Emeril Lagasse. I have no idea who that is, so I'll just say Gordon Ramsay. Yeah, cooking's not difficult. I learned whenever I was 7, and it's a very, very useful life skill if you want to be an actual functioning adult in society. Just remember, there will come a time whenever you can't afford to eat out. Whenever you do, you'll be thankful if you learned how to cook. Not to mention cooking at home uses a lot less waste, such as like plastic or paper bags that the food can come in, different like utensils that are plastic, things like that. And cooking at home is a hell of a lot cheaper than going out to eat. I know I already said that, but I can't stress it enough. For $10, you could get a meal at McDonald's, or you can get something that can feed you for the next 2 days. The "Oh no, oh no, oh no no no" song should be banned worldwide. This song is so overused. It should be deleted from the internet and banned. Its existence should be erased from history, and everyone who puts this song on videos should be gathered and sent to an island somewhere far away from normal society because they're idiots. Thank you. This guy sounds like he's really, really fun at parties. So to those that don't know this song, it's a popular song that's used on TikTok videos for the most part. I say for the most part because I have no idea if I've ever heard it outside of a TikTok video, but I don't think so. I'll play a small clip of it just in case you don't know what it is. So I don't really quite get where that guy is coming from. I mean, I get it. The song can be annoying. A lot of songs can be annoying. But I think he's very much over-exaggerating how much he hates it just for fake internet points. Because I've never heard a song that I don't like and think, that has to be banned worldwide because it's so overused. Have you ever heard of the chicken dance? That thing's been overused for decades. Maybe century? I don't know when the chicken dance was made. Maybe chickens made it. You never know. But saying that a song should be banned worldwide just because you don't like it kind of makes you sound like a little baby. I mean, if Donald Trump can't get banned worldwide for trying to incite a coup against our government, then I'm pretty sure that you can handle listening to a song you don't like. Or, pro tip, don't watch TikTok videos if you don't like it. Boom, you will never, ever, ever hear the song again. Doing well in school doesn't require you to be smart. It requires you to work hard. You don't have to be a genius to get 80s, 90s, or even go to a university or college. I'm tired of hearing people say that they're just not born smart, when in reality, school's an effort-based system. If you put in the effort and become obsessed with getting high grades, I guarantee you can get them. Everyone would rather make up excuses as to why they did crap in school. People will blame the teachers, their parents, say they're not born smart, or even say it's the school's fault as to why they failed, but in reality, the school never failed the students. The students failed themselves. If you treated school like a chore and just put in the bare minimum and failed, there's no one to blame but yourself. Getting 90s also doesn't mean you're smart, it means you just put in more effort than the person next to you. If you have some sort of a learning disability or any other disability or medical condition, I can understand as to why you may have not done as well. Also, if you were born into a wealthy family, were privileged, went to a good school, never dealt with bullying or family matters, and never had any disabilities or medical condition, and still failed, you should be disappointed in yourself. You let yourself down, you had all the tricks and benefits, and still managed to screw up. Edit 1. Yes, being gifted does help, and there are some people who will put in the bare minimum and somehow always be at the top. But for the far majority of people, that's not the case. For most, it's going to take a lot more time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears. That's very true. If you work hard in school, you have no reason to not pass. But there is always the exception to the rule, like they said. For example, I was what you would consider a gifted kid in school. I never paid attention. I rarely ever did homework at home because I'd just do it in class while the teacher was talking. I was always on my phone and never took notes. I still managed to do great because I just remembered everything. But that's not the case with every other student. That is very rarely the case where somebody can put in bare minimum effort and just happen to know all this stuff. I knew this stuff because I put in effort in homeschooling, and then I went to public school where it's a lot easier. Not everybody is going to have that kind of leg up on the competition by going and doing a more difficult curriculum first and then going to public school. Just because I happen to get lucky, it doesn't mean that everybody else is. Always make sure to put in your time and effort into schoolwork. You'll make good grades. You'll get into a good college if you want to go to college. You just have to put in that effort. I want to grow up to live alone. No husband and no kids. Just a lot of pets. I love being alone. I'm at my happiest when it's just me against the world. I never wanted children, but thinking about being alone is just appealing to me. Maybe I'll find love and change my mind about the no husband thing, but for now, I'm happy with just me. Tiny update. I don't need a partner in life to be happy. My happiness comes from myself and my achievements. Being alone with a few animals is truly what I aspire to be. Working on myself and having my own adventures is a personal dream. In the end of my life, whether it will be 5 or 60 years from now, I'll think back to what I did, what I accomplished in life. Sure, I can have a husband and share those goals, but truly, in my last moments, I want to think of all the things that I did, the memories that I have. We reflect on ourselves a lot. We don't know what might happen when we die, but I just want my final moments to be of my most joyous experience in life, by myself, to see what I alone had done. I don't need others. While it's nice to experience those moments with friends, I can do it myself and be my most honest self at every point in life. See, I absolutely love this viewpoint. I think it is perfectly acceptable for anybody to live alone and live a very well-fulfilled life without having to have marriage or kids or anything like that. Hell, you can have life without pets, just life in solitude. Go move out to the forest. And you know what? You can live a very well-fulfilled life and die happy. That's completely okay. Life is what you make it. Personally, I couldn't go live out in the wilderness alone because I don't know where pizza lives and I don't really know how to hunt it, so that's kind of my issue though. Negative 30-degree weather is better than positive 30. I would much rather be at negative 30 degrees Celsius weather than positive 30. I could always put on more layers in the cold, but I can't take off more in the blazing heat. Plus, that heat is horrible and makes the house feel like a sauna. I can't stand sweating all day and ruining my clothes from the sunscreen. Plus, getting sunburnt or even heat exhaustion is a whole different nightmare. Don't even get me started about touching leather seats in the heat. No thanks. In the winter, I can just stay inside, drink hot chocolate, take hot showers, and relax under the fireplace. Got the car starter to warm it up if I need to go anywhere. I can do basically all activities inside, and if I want to experience the heat, I can travel. Enough said. So, for people that aren't going to do the math themselves, I already have it down for you. Negative 30 degrees Celsius is negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit. 30 degrees Celsius is 86 degrees Fahrenheit. So, it's 50 degrees below freezing Fahrenheit to your average summer temperatures. Personally, my favorite temperature is 60 degrees. 60 degrees year round, I would be super happy. I'm a bigger guy. 86 degrees, that is way, way, way too warm for me to have it year round. I agree completely. I do prefer the winter because you can put on as many layers as you want until you're comfortable, but you can only take off so many layers until you get hit with a sexual offender charge. However, as someone who has lived in a city where the average temperature in the winter is about negative 30 and negative 40, I gotta tell ya, it's worth it to be in the heat. Those negative temperatures are horrible. The second you go outside, your skin hurts. It's not worth it. Now, if the low temperature was around 30 degrees Fahrenheit, that's great. That, you only need maybe a light to mid-weight jacket, some jeans, and you're pretty good. I feel where they're coming from, but I feel like they're getting a little bit too extreme with that cold. Losing a pet is as hurtful as losing a human. I considered my cat a member of our family, and we all did. He passed away today, and we're all devastated. Some people don't recognize our sorrow as real as losing a human, but losing my cat absolutely tore us up. So I feel like it really depends on the situation. Sometimes, yeah, losing your pet, that can be an incredibly devastating thing. It's horrible. It's about like losing a family member. But to other people, it could just be like, oh, crap. Well, gotta go buy another one. It really just depends on what their relationship with that pet is. If they truly and genuinely care about their pet that much, It's acceptable for them to be completely torn up over this. I've always loved my pets dearly, and you know what? That's completely okay. Whenever I thought that my family dog was gonna die, it was horrible. I was bawling my eyes out, and then I had to go take finals at school. I had one friend who was like, "What's the problem? It's just a dog." And another friend who like gave me a sympathy hug, and he's like, "I know exactly how you feel." It really just depends on the person. And before you jump on top of this, no, if you don't feel that sad for a pet dying, if you don't feel like that kind of a sadness of a family member dying, that's okay too. You don't have to have that kind of a relationship. It depends on the person, and both emotions are okay. No, it is not okay for random strangers or even coworkers to ask to touch my pregnant wife's belly. Seriously, mainly women, stop asking. My wife is way too nice to call you clowns out, but she does not want random hands on her belly. It's not neat. It's not the miracle of life in the palm of your hand. She doesn't care if you feel a kick. It's awkward AF, and all you're doing is making her uncomfortable or even nauseous. Seriously, anyone who asks should be charged with harassment or something. Edit. As I'm reading through the comments, I'm inadvertently painted a picture of my wife being super weak. She's a tough cookie, but at this point, she's exhausted and frustrated at all the attention. While I don't think simply asking should warrant a harassment charge, I do completely agree with this post. Don't touch pregnant women's bellies. Unless they say, "Hey, do you want to touch my belly?" Don't do it. Don't ask about it. It's not harassment, but it is kind of rude. If they don't ask you if you want to touch their belly, assume they don't want you to touch their belly. My sister-in-law is military and just recently had a baby last year. But I gotta tell you, if someone randomly came up and put their hands on her stomach, I guarantee you her immediate thoughts in her mind was, okay, what military tactic can I use to disable this person? Because it's incredibly rude, incredibly invasive, and it's just a horrible, horrible thing to do in general. Unless you're also going to go around touching random guys' balls and saying, "Oh, you got the miracle of life in there." Don't touch a random woman's stomach and say, "You're carrying a bundle of joy." Nobody wants you to do it. Everybody feels uncomfortable except for you, and you're the one that's being very rude. If they freak out on you, they are not being rude. They're not being overdramatic. They're being a normal human. You're being the weird one for touching their stomach without permission. Just to clarify, once again, if they ask you to touch their stomach, that's perfectly fine. Touch away. Just don't do it without warning, and just try not to ask them. Let them offer first. I would rather eat a no-meat version of foods than food with fake meat substitutes. I love meat, but fake meat is just gross and doesn't taste like the real thing at all. I grew up with a vegetarian mom and sisters, so the fake meat was commonplace growing up. It was in so many recipes and usually just ended in me picking out the fake chicken, beef, sausage, whatever fake meat was in my meal and eating around it. Now, as much as I love meat, I'd rather just have meals made without meat than with a fake meat substitute. I get this. If someone tries to feed me fake meat and I'm wanting real meat, I'm not going to eat the fake meat. I don't want it. I want actual meat. But I feel like it's kind of different if you're talking about maybe a veggie burger. I've tried them. I think it was the Beyond Burger, and it's not bad. I mean, it's not anywhere close to an actual hamburger, but it's not bad. Granted, I'm not going to go out of my way to get one, but as long as someone tells me, "Hey, it's a veggie burger," I can make my decision as to whether or not I want to have it in that moment. But for anything like a burrito bowl or something like that, if I make it at home, I would much rather just not put chicken in there than try to put imitation chicken in there. I feel like the texture and taste would just throw me off. Luckily, my burrito bowls are very good with or without chicken, so it doesn't really matter. I can have it with or without the meat, I just would not want the fake meat. I agree with this one a lot. You don't need alcohol to have a fun night out. I don't consume alcohol because of religious reasons, and people are often bewildered and ask me how I enjoy social gatherings. By actually being social and enjoying other snacks and drinks? The same applies for office culture. Friday afternoons are for beers, and the majority finish the day with a few glasses of wine. I don't see why people view this as an absolute necessity. You can enjoy your day or night equally without alcohol in your system. Yes, you can have a good time without alcohol. You can have a good time with alcohol. It really just depends on the person. What you don't want to do is ask someone, "Hey, why aren't you drinking?" It's none of your business. Don't ask them that. It's very, very rude. However, the same goes for the opposite side of the spectrum. If someone wants to drink to have a good time, you don't have the right to ask them, "Hey, why are you drinking to have a good time?" Because it's their life. It's their body. It's their choice. You have no reason to ask them that if it's considered rude for them to ask you why you're not drinking. Personally, for me, I'm not going to drink unless I'm going to be staying the night at somebody's house, because then I'd either have to pay for a ride home or I'd have to try and drive home drunk, which is a big no-no. I'd much rather read an article than watch a video. I hate it when people send me a link to video about something. About 99% of the time, I don't watch it. If I can tell from the link that it's a video, I won't even click it. Everybody seems to think that watching a video is easier, but I'd much rather read an article about whatever it is. I feel this so deep in my soul. I have a very, very active mind. I might have ADHD. I've never gotten tested, and I really don't want to. But here's the thing. If I watch a video about something, my mind is going to go everywhere. I won't be able to stay focused on it. If I'm reading something, it's my mind doing something actively, not passively. I'm going to take in a lot more information, and I can do it a lot faster personally. Alright, well that's it today for Unpopular Opinion. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to come back throughout the week for more content. Please like and subscribe to help keep this channel going, and remember to have a great week.